Yeah, good morning, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, bro. Mr. Mustafa Abiola, are you here? Mr. Mustafa. Is everyone here?
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning, mate. Martin, can you hear me? Mr. Martin, can you hear me, bro? Okay, I don't know if I can be heard. Can I be heard?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I want to start off with you, Collins.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you're always on the chopping block, you know.
All right.
So okay, let's just talk. What is your problem?
Yeah, I would say my problem is that like when you talk about the setup and the pattern, I've been finding it difficult to differentiate between the two. Sometimes I caught myself up in looking for the pattern instead of the setup. So that's the major problem I've been having.
Okay. So why do you think that is?
Because I think I put too much focus on the pattern, like whenever I open up the chart, let's say prices are the LOD, right?
Mhm.
And first thing that goes to my mind is like, okay, I want to see a lot hop, or I want to see a LOD, those kind of patterns, but I don't like, look at the bigger picture, look at what has been happening in the past and stuff like that. So that's just the major problem I've been having.
Okay. I think I'm going to make it easier for you because I understand that people don't yet understand the difference between what a setup is and what a pattern is. Here's a setup. A setup, it is when you understand who is trapped and how. That is not yet the pattern. The setup is trying to identify the kind of divergences left on yesterday. Okay, if they make a nice stop hunt, not a stop hunt, they just, let's say yesterday they just go up. Let me try to annotate this. Okay, here's the line. This is Asia right here. And then this is low of the day here. And this guy just comes from here. He makes this, makes this, makes this. And then he goes up like that. No setup, nothing. Right? And then what he does is he ends off with huge pins like this. And then what does he do? He goes sideways like that. Now, here's what happens. Tomorrow, he makes that because that's where he ended. Done. Right? Yesterday, you need to be like, okay, what happened yesterday? Before I can think about a stop hunt high drop or a stop hunt low rise, what happened yesterday? Yesterday, they went up all in here, went up, went up. What does going up mean? You are trying to find the setup. What does a big rise going up mean? It means one of two things. Either this guy is going up because he trapped idiots from day before, or he's beginning the markets and try to pile people to get in. It's one of two scenarios because you cannot think in the markets that you are always right every time. Look at me yesterday. I was wrong. I thought they were going to do a stop hunt low rise. They did a stop hunt low rise a little bit, and then they dropped ZAR. I did not expect that. But because I had I have two mindsets. I know that I can be right and I can be wrong, but I need to understand two scenarios. Now, here, this guy went up because one of two things. They are killing people who were trapped the day before, or the market makers are now beginning the move going up to pile the idiots here and here and here and here, because he needs to pile them in. He's driving them back in. Okay, now he's doing a stop hunt low. This is where you need to be saying to yourself, okay, I understand that, okay, yesterday they did two scenarios, but why is he now starting to go low? He is starting to go low because the idiots who were trapped here are being stopped out by a stop hunt low. Because remember that people don't just trade, and people don't know what they're actually doing. So what they do is they put on a position, and most of the time they hold for the next day, thinking that this guy is going to continue going up. That's what everyone does. So what happens is when he goes down like this, he is blowing out the idiots who entered late, either here or here or here. Those who entered here, we know that they are now panicking. They don't know if they need to get out of a trade or they need to hold. So the market makers don't care about that. They want where the most people are trapped. Where are most people trapped? Most people were trapped here because they thought that from here and here and here and here, they're going to make money. So this whole range from here is where most money is. Because remember one thing, remember this. The moment people enter a trade and the trade starts to go their direction, they start to say to their friends, yo, Collins, look at this. I'm in a good win right now. You, Collins, and Mustafa and Martin, you're gonna feel like, oh shit, this Collins is making money. I need to be in. You don't know Collins was in here, but because he told you that he's in, you're gonna enter somewhere here or here. But the majority are trapped here. Everyone. So it doesn't matter what Collins did. Collins is only one person, or it's like Collins is around 1 million of people who entered here. But 500 million are trapped here because they all got in right here. Hence, the market makers, they just make a stop hunt low here to blow these idiots here. He's blowing them out. He's killing them. So he doesn't care about Collins. Yes, Collins made money somewhere here. He made money here. But remember that this is a business. So even if Collins entered here or 2 million people entered here, there is still fucking 500 million trapped up here. So it doesn't give a damn about you. So this is the reason why he needs to make a stop hunt low to blow out these idiots. And after he does that, this is where you need to be like, okay, now I think I am right on in terms of the setup. This is where now you look for what? The pattern. The pattern is, okay, now this here, let me try to, this at the top right there becomes the HOD, right? And then he is close to the HOD from here. So because Asia is here, right? So if Asia is here, he is close to the HOD right here. So what does it mean? This pin doesn't mean anything because he started with a stop hunt low. Stop hunt low, it is a setup because it is blowing out the idiots who thought this thing was going to continue going up forever. Hence, he's going down to stop them out. Where you get in, where you get in, it is when you need to say, okay, this guy now, he is close to the HOD, 1. He made a stop hunt low, 2. Where are the bands? How are the bands? Are the bands tight like this? Perfect. Okay. You made Asia this, that, this, that, this, that, this, that. And then when he does a stop hunt low like this, he breaks out of the bands like that. Okay, now it is a beginning of a pattern now. Because why are you breaking the band? What does breaking of the bands mean? What does it mean? The people don't understand what the breaking of the bands mean. The breaking of the bands mean that the band, it is the normal flow of price. The moment he breaks the band, the price becomes abnormal. It becomes extra normal. That's why he is breaking the bands, because the bands, it is where the majority of people are. But when he breaks the bands to slaughter them, to become extreme. So the moment you start to see a stop hunt low from the HOD, you understand that, oh, I have a setup, because I understand that he is going down to kill the idiots who thought this thing was going to continue going up forever. He is blowing them out right here. But the moment he blows them out right here, the band breaks. Then blood becomes the only one that is outside of the bands. So you are now like, oh, now I see there's something happening. Something is happening, but I am not yet sure. It is not yet clear, because he just made just this. He just made one break. Now, here's what happens now. You need to say, you're going to look at the TDI and you're going to be like, okay, this is a divergence, because this guy is at the HOD right here. He is high here, right? But when he does a stop hunt low like this, on the TDI is lower than entire yesterday's price. That's what TDI is. TDI is lower than yesterday, but the chart here on stop hunt low rise, it is not higher than yesterday. It is not high. It is not low. This is low because this is where Asia was. Asia was here. So this is the last known price. It is the lowest point, but at the top right there, here, it is the highest point here. This is the highest point. But here the TDI says, no, sir. By breaking the bands, I am low in price, because remember that the bars are not the price. The bars are a deception. Whatever that you see with your candlesticks and all these things, the candlesticks are used to create depression. They are used to create anxiety and, oh, look at the big bars. Bro, price is not inside of the bars. It is not inside of the wicks. Price is in the RSI. That's the actual real price action. So TDI is made from the RSI. So the moment you start to say to yourself, okay, this guy, he's now close to the HOD, right? And then he's making a stop hunt low like this. But the TDI says, okay, I'm doing a stop hunt low with you, but I am low. TDI says to you, I am low and I am extreme. So I am low and I am extreme. And I made a chop TDI divergence. So those three things now become what? Your pattern. So now you know that this guy right here, he is extreme. So the moment your TDI starts to do that, that is where you know that the damage has been done. The moment you start to see him getting back to normal, he has collected the cash all around here. Because he's getting back to normal, because remember, by a stop hunt low, he was abnormal, correct? So since he was abnormal, he's getting back to normality after he has collected the cash. And then guess what? He's going to break the higher band. The higher band is that accelerator now. This is where he starts to run with the money that he caught from here. So the moment he gets in, he's going to get out again. This is where he's going to make last spikes, pullbacks right here. So the moment he starts to stop and the blood starts to curve like that, before he gets in, you need to understand that, okay, I need to now issue the spikes below. I need to issue the wicks. I need to issue something. Or what he does most of the time is he does this. He just does a big bar up, down, I'm sorry. And then he now makes a big bar up like that. That is what a railroad track. A railroad track is the same thing as the spike, as the wick that he left. Because the railroad track that is bigger than this red candle, it signifies to you that there is a lower chance of getting back down. So he has collected the cash. So since he has collected the cash, the blood starts to get in. So the railroad track and the spike and whatever it is, because the setup comes with different variations. He can deliver you spikes. He can deliver you a railroad track. But the moment you start to see a spike and there's a nice spike, low spike, and then he makes a pullback like that, and then the blood gets in like that, right there, bro, that is a pulling of your trigger right here, because the next thing that's going to happen, like you saw that last video I did with Martin, after that railroad track, that happened. But he gave you a clue, a pattern that I'm going to enter here on the blood in, and the moment you get in, he's going to make a blood out again from the top band, and then he's going to issue you that going up. And that is where your setup is, your system, not system, your pattern is complete with understanding what just happened yesterday. So you need to piece together, what does HOD mean? What does him going down to the low bands mean? What does breakout of the bands mean? How does bands need to be? That's another thing. People think it's just about a stop hunt low to the breaking of the bands. No. How are the bands? Hence the squeeze. Are the bands big like this? Or are the bands squeezed like this? The squeezed, the better, because it's going to pop crazy. Because the moment this guy is making big bands like this, you need to be an advanced trader to understand what's going on. But the easiest trades, bro, they come from understanding the squeeze. The squeezing of the bands means the higher people who made buys and the people who made lows, who made sells, sellers here and buyers here, it doesn't matter. They are all trapped inside one tiny squeeze. Hence the squeeze. Squeeze means both the buyers and the sellers are trapped. So the moment he makes a stop hunt to the high side or a stop hunt to the low side, it doesn't matter. He is going to pop either direction. And the popping of either he goes up or he goes down, he is killing, when he goes down, he's killing the buyers because there's more money on the buy side. If he's going down, it's the same shit. When he goes down, he's killing the buyers. When he's going up, he's killing the sellers first. But the moment he starts to go up, I'm making a mess. The moment he starts to go up like that, the sellers right now are in pain. So this is what they're going to do. They're going to be like, oh shit, this guy is going up. I need to do what? I need to follow the trend because people are trend followers. So the moment they start to cut their selling and they are going up, that is where the back inside of the bands come in. You see what's going on? When he goes up first, he is killing the sellers. When the sellers are being killed, the sellers will change direction and want to buy because the price is making a breakout to the high side. So now they were stopped out with a big buy move. They are out now, but they're gonna wanna re-enter. They're gonna want to re-enter a buy. Hence the blood out. Blood out ensures that people are taking it the wrong way, because the moment the blood starts to get out, the big bar starts to accelerate. The bars start to accelerate. And when people look at the charts and they see the acceleration, they're like, oh shit, I need to be in. And they don't know that this guy, the snipers are waiting. These guys are waiting for them. So the moment he starts to make a blood in right here, you need to be in with your bloody cell, because it's going to go down, issue you an accelerator, and then boom. You see, you have traded a hard lob this. You have traded a hard lob from understanding what happened here. Collins is here, 100 million people made money, but people are going to see Collins making money and they're going to enter here, 500 million of them or 2 billion of them, because the market is 8 trillion. So it doesn't matter if Collins made money here. The majority are trapped here. And if when the majority are trapped here, that's all the market makers are concerned about. They want the largest amount of money that is trapped, because that's where price will go to. Hence a stop hunt low, TDI out, blood in, you enter right here, or you enter right here once the blood in. He issues you the spikes right here, or the railroad track, whatever. And then, bro, it is over during the stop hunt. So most of the time they can use the stop hunt to go up, like we saw on that video with Martin, or they can wait for London session, then they go during the London session. Your job is to understand that whatever pair I'm trading, most of the time, this is the time that it moves. It moves during the stop hunt, or it moves during the London session. That is not my job. That is your job to figure it out, because I don't know what setups, what pairs you are trading. So let's say if you are trading ZAR, understand that ZAR moves crazy during the stop hunt. Hence, I created a what? A 7, 8, and 9. Oh, that 8 was terrible. 7, 8, and 9. 7, 8, 9 means at 7 o'clock, Asia ends. At 8 o'clock, gap time. This is where I want to see the big bars going down. At 9 o'clock, they're going to make a blood in and they're going to reverse. And then when London begins, he's going to make a small pullback going down to make people think it's going to go down still. And then he continues. That's what he continues to do. But your job is to understand every component first. Before you can trade, understand what is the best squeeze. You need to calculate that. And you need to calculate close to HOD. Is the Asia close to HOD, or it is in the middle? If it's in the middle, it is less odds. Yesterday you saw it was less odds. I was wrong, because again, I did not adhere to the criteria of the touches or the close to HOD or close to LOD. So the market makers have trapped me in the range. He can do whatever he wants because I am within his reach. He can easily kill me. So if that is the way it is, it's easy to understand that, okay, where I am the most dangerous, it is understanding the squeeze. What does the squeeze mean? When you understand what the squeeze means, when you understand the close of the HOD or the HOD touch, meaning the price hug, when he is in those points and the squeeze is here, the squeeze is present at the HOD, and he starts making a nice, smooth cliff dive. If this guy has been bouncing out here, he bounces in, he gets out, he gets in, he gets out, he gets in, and then he starts to get out. That is not a clean, smooth price. So you cannot say, oh, now here's the blood out. No, bro, you cannot do that. Price needs to be smooth. He needs to be contained inside of the bands, And then he needs to get out of the bands one time. Because getting out one time, it is an assurance that we are right in direction. When he makes a squeeze like this and he breaks out one time, bro, you are guaranteed to profit. You are definitely guaranteed to make money, bro. But your job is to understand what a setup is made out of before you can trade the pattern. Because that's why I always keep on telling people that you cannot trade if you do not understand. You're going to make a lot of mistakes if you do not know where are your power plays, where are you the most dangerous. So they're close to HOD and close to LODs. They are the training wheels. I'm not saying you cannot trade if this guy is in the middle. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is if he is at the HOD, he's close to HOD like that, and he makes a stop hunt low like that, and he makes a chop divergence, you should understand what it means, especially when you understand the timing of that. The moment you understand the timing of that, the pattern will start to formulate for you, and you will know exactly what you need to do. Any questions?
So you're saying like these setups comes from like understanding what happened the previous day, right?
Yes, sir.
Whereas the pattern consists of like different stuff like the candlestick, the squeeze, and the rest of that.
Yes, sir. Like, it's not just about when I'm saying look at yesterday price. I'm not just saying that. You need to understand that, okay, what does yesterday mean? What does it? Everything has a meaning in the markets. So you need to say to yourself, okay, I can see that this guy is making a stop hunt low. Is my TDI bands big? Now it is a problem because you're not going to see a nice blood out that I just threw. But the moment you start to make a squeeze and then he starts to go down like this, and then he breaks the bands from smooth, you see, he doesn't get out of the bands. He's not out on Asia, he's not out, then gap time begins, and then he slowly gets out like this. That is a smooth price action cliff dive. And then the moment he starts to get down like this, I am not God. I don't know if he's going to issue you the spikes, he's going to issue you the railroad track. This is where you need to sit on your hands and you observe without the mentality of entering, because I see that people have this mentality that, okay, now that my setup is here, you start to become nervous. The moment you start to become nervous, guess what? You're going to make a lot of mistakes because you are nervous. So you need to take out the trading of that setup away. Don't trade. Try to understand, okay, let me not trade, let me watch. As I told Martin on that video, that don't trade with me right now. Wait, look at what's going on, understand what's going on. Because from understanding what's going on the price, you get to understand, okay, I'm going to record the railroad track or railroad tracks. What is the right railroad track? What is the wrong railroad track? Because even the railroad tracks have the rights and the wrongs. So you need to understand what is the best railroad track. In my observation, the best railroad track, it is not when the bars are the same. This is not railroad track. No. You see, when the bars are the same, it doesn't mean anything. I want to see him making this, and then he makes that. That is a fucking railroad track to me. Because the second bar represents that he has caught the money. So this one here, he can still go down and issue me the spikes, which I'm not comfortable with. But the moment I see him making a big bar that is slightly above this one right here, he makes this, I know exactly what just happened. That comes from my experience. So this is the best railroad track for me. So when I see this kind of a railroad track where The second bar is slightly bigger than the first one, and then he makes a blood in. I need to shoot right there. They're gonna let me enter here, and then they might make a slight pullback and then choof, or they just go. But that's the chance I'm willing to take. That's good risk, because you can never be, you see, the problem with us as ex-trillions, we think we are going to win all the time. Even me, when I trade, I need to put odds in my favor first before I can trade, because I know that I can be wrong, which is fine because it lets me see my mistakes and correct them. But people don't know what to correct when they are wrong. It's like, shit, I just lost. No. What do you need to change? What do you need to fix? Because the market is always changing, and your point is you need to change yourself all the time. That's your only job, not your point, your job. That's your only job. You need to keep on seeing the changes. What is, when he makes a stop hunt low like this, don't be excited. Sit back and just watch. Is he going to issue me the railroad track? Is he going to issue me the pullbacks? Is he going to issue me the small dojis? Sometimes he can issue this. I love this candle. When he does this, wick down, and then he issues the color of my direction, and then he makes a wick up. When I see a wick down and a wick up, bro, I'm not gonna wait. The moment I see him making a blood in, and then he makes a wick down and the wick up, I am in right there, because that's what's coming. He shifts away from my entry point. So understanding the candlesticks also matters. Every candlestick is a message. Every candlestick, it's writing its own story on the charts at that time. And this is where, again, Steve comes in, because Steve also shows you what is the basic candlestick patterns. That's why when he says the right candlesticks at the wrong time is useless. If he makes this kind of a thing in the mid-range, that is nothing. When he makes that railroad track that I just drew, this in the middle of the range, that is nothing. It means nothing. So people would be like, oh, bro, but you said this thing it's good, and then I entered with a blood in, and then I got stopped out. No, you cannot say that. He needs to be at the points near HOD here. And then once he makes a stop hunt low, was there a divergence? Cool. Was there a squeeze? Cool. Where are the EMAs? Where are the retail idiots? There's this idiot right here. When he goes down like this and he issues a pin right here, and then he issues me that, bro, I am in, because he's going to rush to go to these idiots right here. Because when people see this, they are selling, all of them. That is a guarantee. Everybody's selling. Everybody thinks they are right. Hence a stop hunt low. A stop hunt low blows all these idiots, and it makes the people who think they are smart say, you see, he's going down because this is selling pressure. This 800 is a pressure for them, is a pressure. So they're going to say this is going down. So you see, this is where the market makers kill people both ways. They kill the idiots who entered with Collins here, but they entered late, and they also make these ones who think they are smart think that this is where the time to selling comes in. The timing of selling comes in. So he is blowing two people at the same 8 o'clock time. So the moment 9 o'clock starts to happen, stop hunt, he just killed these sellers right here, and then he's about to get these sellers over there. Hence, he's making big bars to go there. Why do you think he's rushing to go to that 800? And do you notice that the moment he starts to get into 800, he starts to make some kind of M formation, because he knows that when people see this, they start to say, okay, he's making an M formation on the 800, right? So market makers, they go to that 800, create their BTMM M formation, and what happens? He just does that. We have seen that 1,000 times, because people don't know the timings of the M's. They definitely don't know the W's of the timings of the W's. They don't know timings of anything. An M to them is an M, a W to them is a W. They don't give a damn about the timing and all that. That's why I always stress 789. At 78, if 789, they don't issue me the things I'm looking for, I am out. I'm going to go back to studying, watching a movie, watching a series. But for Colin's answer is, I want to see those things at those points at that time. That creates more opportunity for me to say, okay, when he goes down, he's going to blow these idiots. And it allows me to say stuff like that, because I have seen that 1,000 times. But when this guy is in the range like yesterday, it doesn't matter if he makes a stop hunt high, a stop hunt low. The odds are now decreased. The odds are no longer like 87%, 90%. They are now like low 50s. Is that how you want to trade when you're beginning, or do you want to focus on the right trades first? And don't just focus on the right trades. Focus on every component. What is the squeeze made up of? Why is he making a squeeze at this time? Why is he at the HOD at that time? Why is he making a stop hunt low at this time? And then you go to your history and you're like, okay, let me put history. History says at these times, this guy, when he does this at these times, I am going to kill it, because most of the time he does that. So now you are now guided. You are guided by your history, and you are guided by seeing these charts, and you have what? You have a lot of recordings on them or of them. Give me the questions. Any questions? Anyone with a question?
Yeah, I have another question, but it's concerning the niche. So you always talk about focusing on a niche, but sometimes, when I say, okay, let me focus on a niche, I still try to like go back to other setups. So my question to you is like, me focusing on a niche and also going to other setups to look other patterns, is that like a bad thing, or you just want me to focus on a niche and like only the niche only?
Okay. Imagine trying to be a master swordsman. You want to be a swordsman. You need to be the best. I say to you, master a sword or master a knife. And then you're gonna go somewhere where people are making money shooting, and you're gonna pick up a gun. Do you think you're gonna be good at shooting?
No.
If you've been doing knife work for a long time, you are not going to make significant headshots, because you are not training to make headshot with a gun. You're trying to make headshot with a knife. You're trying to take a knife and throw it in such a way that you are the master. You can stab someone here, and you know how to fucking swing that knife. That's what I'm saying. So you need to be like, for now, I am a swordsman or I'm a knifesman. I need to focus on knives first. I need to make sure that I am the best at a knife. Because with a knife, there's a lot of things that you need to learn. You need to learn the aerodynamics of a knife. What kind of knife do you want? Do you need? What is the best knife for this particular position? So you cannot keep on using the same knife in every war, in every battle. There's small knives, and then there's larger ones. There's daggers. So there's time to use a dagger, and then there's time to use a small knife. But you need to be the master at that kind of a weapon. So when I tell people focus on your close to HODs or close to LODs, you need to master that, because even on the LODs, there's a lot of variations that can kill you if you don't understand. But if you mastered all the variations of the same LOD, let's say I tell you, just focus on Lord Hob only. Bro, you need to be the master at Lord Hob. And here's the thing. You get to see that these Lord Hobs, they happen. Look at the trade on the 7th, user last month. That was a good fucking Lord Hob. So these setups, they happen. They do present. But here's the thing. Nobody caught it. Even Colin said, yo, bro, I did not even see it coming. You know why you did not see it coming? Because you are trying to go somewhere else when you should have stuck here. And I guarantee you, if you just stuck there on Lord Hobbs only, it was going to be only me and you who entered that, because that is your niche. Your niche is Lord Hobb. You could have easily seen it. So your answer is in your trades. It's in your trading. It is showing you that, okay, the moment I become distracted, you are not going to make money, because another setup is going to happen. You're going to be like, oh, let me go here. Oh, I see this. Then you study this. Bro, you've been studying Lord Hobb. Now you are leaving Lord Hobb to study something else. And then once the Lord Hobb starts to happen, the 7th of January happens. And then there is the Lord Hobb that kissed the dragon. It made a dragon bite. It went to the dragon nice with smooth price action. It went to your dragon. And then the moment it made a railroad track back in, it was game over. That was the right railroad track with the timing, with the nice chop. What else do you want? And when I saw that, I was like, I'm gonna make money because it's easy shit. But when I heard Colin say, I did not see it coming, I was like, oh my God, like, okay, we will fix it. So the fixing part is stop jumping on setup to setup. Oh, Martin made money here. Let me make money here. That is not yours. You are supposed to master one. You're supposed to be the best at that one, so that when somebody new comes in the group, I can tell them, bro, listen, go to Collins. He will show you the right Lord Hobbs. But if Collins doesn't know his niche, bro, you are going to keep on saying, oh, I missed that. Oh, I did not see it coming. Oh, I did not see it coming. Meanwhile, I'm putting 50 lots on a trade. Meanwhile, I want to put 100 lots in a trade. And 100 lots, I'm good for the month. I'm good for the year even.